Wirebird have been working with John Lang for coming up to about 9.5 years. We initially got involved with a particular server issue, so it was just some proactive support. Following on then, we now provide on-site help desk with a backup help desk based in New Zealand, which helps deal with their offices outside of the UK and the different time zones.
The history of John Lang is a long one. Formerly a construction company formed in 1848, and more recently in 2002 we became an investment company specialising in owning and managing public infrastructure for government, both in the UK and overseas. The outsourcing of IT to Wirebird was a very difficult decision for John Lang. We had a very successful IT team internally, but market changes and austerity measures meant we had to rethink the way we delivered IT. The transition from John Lang to Wirebird IT department was very smooth. We used 2P to manage the transition of staff from one company to the other, and therefore the culture and the expectation of the IT delivery remained the same. The services that Wirebird provide for John Lang are the full breadth of IT services really, starting off really at the strategic level, helping John Lang develop their strategic forward thinking really for IT, down to the day-to-day service delivery of IT and desktop services.
The relationship we have with John Lang, we both have very similar ethos in terms of business and practice, and we've both organically grown that relationship together.
Having outsourced to Wirebird, we now have great flexibility. The demands of the business, at busy times we can flex up and make sure we've got resources to cover, and at quiet periods obviously we can flex down, making sure that the IT budget is spent wisely.
So where Wirebird fit in well is that we're adaptable, we can move quickly and efficiently to John Lang's business requirements and needs, but we're also big enough that we have the right skills in-house to meet their expectations.
An advantage of working with Wirebird means that we can leverage the breadth and depth of knowledge and experience they bring to John Lang. The head office move this year is a very big project for John Lang, especially within IT. It's given us the opportunity to upgrade our IT technology and change the way we work with our users.
We're able to minimise the impact of the move for John Lang using our New Zealand 24/7 operation. One of the main concerns with the new head office move was the minimal downtime that they required. In particularly in Australia and Canada, they have a number of projects that they're working on. So we've had to make sure that the level of access to the core systems hasn't changed, and the actual amount of downtime that we've been allowed or that the business requires is very, very minimal. And luckily, with the 24/7 operation in New Zealand, we've been able to achieve all those goals.
Wirebird are involved in every aspect of this move, from upgrading traditional IT servers to virtualized cloud solutions to implementing the flexible desking policy at the new office.
So as part of the head office move, we had to review the current server architecture. A lot of the servers were now sort of unsupported because we've been aware of the move. We decided to put forward a virtual solution. I believe they had something on the region of 120 physical servers, which we've managed to virtualise down to 14 physical servers. A cloud-based solution seemed the best way forward for them. The importance of the satellite offices, in particular Australia and Canada, having access to the core systems, with the right level of storage and backup, it seemed the most sort of feasible way forward for them.
To ensure the success of the move, Wirebird are engaging with all parties that are involved in the move, down to electricians, fit-out contractors, and making sure that everybody knows the requirements of IT and what's needed from every party involved.
So we were able to put forward and build the new server setup with the new storage, put in all the right infrastructure, and as such we will have all of John Lang connected to the private cloud 2-3 months before their actual physical move. So that the idea being that IT should be very minimal in terms of risk, very minimal risk to the other offices outside of the UK, and in terms of the actual move, hopefully making life easier for John Lang.
The early warning systems Wirebird have put in place allow us to be proactive in the way we manage the network. Engineers are in the right place at the right time and fixing problems before the users experience any outage. On the odd occasion that we do have IT issues, Wirebird are very focused on keeping the users informed and getting them up and running as soon as possible. I would recommend Wirebird to any organisation that wants to engage in a true partnership with an IT outsourcer and look for a win-win situation at all times.